Hi, I'm going to start doing a series of broadcasts trying to appeal to the London Mayor. The London Mayor that was re-voted back into London, much to the surprise of a lot of people throughout the community of London. I certainly wasn't one of those that wanted to see the gentleman get back into power and back into office. I feel as if he hasn't got a grip, and I certainly do think that after what is now happening inside the community of London, and also what is happening within the transport industry, that there is something untoward. And that, I think, is that he's unlawfully taking money off of people, and I think it's illegal. And I have actually spoken to our lawyers. I've also got a petition on Facebook trying to actually overturn the decision of his ULEZ, which I understand that people become damaged, unwell through fumes and pollution in London. None of us want that. We all want to look after our grandchildren's children's children, etc. But at the same time, when you're actually forced into a position that you can't buy new equipment because of semiconductors, you can't go and buy new lorries because the manufacturing is now shut down. Today's announcement that Ford, Jaguar, Toyota and many other car manufacturers have now suspended manufacturing for up to 18 months. So we are now left with no cars and small vans up to 3.5 tons. So the question is, how can you keep enforcing a penalty on a company that is desperately trying to comply and no one cares? We've written numerous times to our MP. We've written to absolutely everyone, including Mr. Khan. And I'm hoping now that this takes off and people understand that a Euro 6 vehicle is not available. We cannot get a Euro 6 vehicle until the end of 2022, the beginning of 2023. But in the meantime, you're going to take £480,000 off of me in fines. Fines that I don't want to pay, and fines that I would rather buy new equipment with. But let me ask the question, how did you most kindly do all of your buses before the legislation came in? Why were you able to actually make sure that your infrastructure of buses? I then noticed that there was also a shortfall within the ambulances, but all of a sudden they've been given the money. So with the Euro 6, the ambulances were thrown into turmoil. Ambulances that worked for London, SCAS, South Coast ambulances not able to enter London, air ambulances not complying to Euro 6. All of a sudden, all of these have now been rectified, money found from the pot of money that you obviously sit on, and at the back of your sofa you've been able to find many millions of pounds. Well, I've rummaged around in my sofa and I can't find the many millions of pounds, and if I could find the many millions of pounds, I've then been to Scania, which have halted production of any HGVs until the end of 2023. DAF, exactly the same. Volvo, no trucks. I've then been to exhaust manufacturers to see if there are add-on kits, Eminox being one of the largest in the UK. Can't do them because a conventional truck that hauls packages for Amazon or any other freight from one end of the country, the exhaust system has to come up to 1200 centigrade to actually be able to then get the DPF filter working. And unfortunately, dust carts, HIAB trucks, sewage trucks, road sweepers, all of the municipal vehicles that we use inside the London don't come up to 1200, and subsequently the DPF filter doesn't work and won't comply to the Euro 6. Even the Euro 6 DPF filters become blocked with the volume of particulates. But you know this because your own Range Rover that you drive backwards and forwards taking your dog for a walk have exactly the same problem. If your vehicles and your personal bodyguards take you backwards and forwards for your dog walking and don't actually give your lovely Range Rovers a good run, you will also block up your DPF filter. So why have you not suspended fines on companies? Why have you still allowed between £14,000 per month to £20,000 per month on penalties on vans, cars and HGV vehicles that are vital for keeping the sewerage industry within London operational? Why? Why do you continuously keep enforcing all of these penalties when we are desperately trying to overcome COVID-19's traumatic, devastating effect on the economy, and then you've sat back and enforced money to be taken from the SMEs relating to a charge that cannot be accepted or paid on a regular basis because we are unable to make that sort of money on top of having to wait for vehicles that are just not freely available. If they were freely available, the lead time on some of these trucks, i.e. the one that is behind me, has a 3-year lead time. That truck is one of the only vehicles that is capable of cleaning the sewerage system in London in certain areas. That vehicle costs £1 million. The sister one of that vehicle, the sister vehicle, is a Euro 5. I've tried changing the engine. I have gone to Scania and said to Scania, I will pay the £60,000 to replace the engine because it is an emissions. But I'm now told that we are not allowed to change the engine. You have to change the whole truck. The body manufacturer can't change the engine for the next, I'll say that again. The body manufacturer can't change the body or remanufacture a new body for another 4 to 5 years. So what is London going to do? The water table is increasing, basements are flooding, the underground is continuously pumping, and basements of large hotels are flooding. They are now becoming deeper and deeper, up to 9 stories below ground. You need big vacuum units. But this is not specifically about me or my company. This is about generalisation of what you, the London Mayor, Sadiq Khan, and what you are doing to London. You're killing us. You're killing us through greed and stupidity. And if you want to come and see us in Croydon, please do. I'll educate you on how to run an SME. You're an educated individual, but you're not that clever. And if you carry on, there will be so many companies going out of business because of your pig-headedness. I'm beyond being upset. I'm now disappointed that somebody with your education could be so silly. Thank you.